Hello, hello. I'm 7 seconds late. Hello. It's time for another stream. It's time for another stream. We are back in the comic today. Back in the comic. Let me. Oh, I'm slightly shifted aside today. I'm slightly shifted aside. There we go. No, now I'm to the other side. That's better. Let me get myself in the proper position. Okie dokie. Hello. We are back to working on the comic. In the meantime, since I finished that page and I actually hate it. I don't like it at all. It's a total failure in my opinion. But anyway, we're on to the next page now, and we've got some very dynamic poses going on now. Very dynamic stuff, and I hope I'll be able to achieve it. These look quite good as stickmen at the moment, but we've got to add details, and this guy's not too bad. He's, all things considered, he's pretty close to the stickman. You can see his legs, and you can see his arms and his head and all that. But this guy's a total disaster. He's wearing a skirt. He's got these wide sleeves. He's got this massive hair, and so it's very difficult to draw him. It's very difficult to draw him because he's always obscuring everything. I can see immediately that in this one here, his hair is going to be blocking the arch of the back here, which is going to make the pose harder to read. What else? In this one here, he's also going to be blocking a lot of the back, so that's going to be tough to read. I think these two here will be fine. What about the skirt? That'll obscure the position of the legs in this one. In this one as well, I'll probably be fine in that one. It'll obscure the position of the legs in this one, perhaps, depending on how I draw it. It'll obscure the position of the legs in that. Oh, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. What a disaster. What a disaster. Anyway, let's have a go. Let's have a go, and see how we go. I'm still drawing on the small scale version of this. I haven't yet moved over to a big one because I do think I'm going to struggle a lot with these. What do you call them? The things. Also, we've got to figure out a background, but I very much doubt we'll make it that far today. Let's let's turn on the music. Turn on the music. Music. We can even though we're doing some big thinking today, it's not that big thinking, so we can listen to any music today. Let's see what appears on our playlist. That'll do. It's probably quite loud. Okie dokie. I can't hear anything. Okay, well, turn it down if it's too loud. It's too loud already. Okie dokie. Wow. I fixed my porch today, or well, at least I've somewhat fixed it. I've half fixed it. It's still not watertight, and I'll see just how watertight it is when it rains again. But it is nailed down. It's not going to fall down anymore, which is kind of what I was mostly worried about. Because if it falls down, it might crack into pieces, and I might not be able to easily get it back up. But it's in place now, and if it's not watertight, maybe I can go put some filler in the gaps or something, and that'll do it. But anyhow, that's DIY troubles aside, I still haven't fixed the ceiling. Oh well. Okay, well, before we do anything, let's just sort of look at these poses and see, are they good enough? I don't immediately have any problems with them. This could be a bit closer, I think. He could be a bit closer to him, but I think the proportions here on this one are wrong, and I guess also on this one. And then I'm not sure about that, like where the positions are. Maybe I can zoom some of them in. I don't know. But anyway, let's just try drawing it because we can't go any further until we see what the hell this hair is doing on this character. So that's a big brush. We don't want that. That's a bit better. And let's have a go at it. So he's tumbling down. So maybe we can do something like that. And then and then that can go like that. His middle part is here, I think. That can go like that. What's the skirt doing? What's the skirt doing? Actually, I can probably add an extra bit there. My eraser brush is too big. Hmm. Does that look right? It doesn't. It doesn't look right. No, no, I've gone way too close to the head there. We're losing the plot. I seem to always be rusty. It never feels natural. Well, his body will probably cover it, so that'll probably be fine. Okay, this skirt. What if I do that, and then that, and then that? I think I made it too long. No, I think that was a good shape there. And then something like that. Mine. How can I communicate this shape here? Maybe like that. That looks weird. Maybe like that. No, like that. Go back to that. Maybe it'll be fine. Where's this other hand going? Here, which means I can probably show that there. Okay, not too bad. But I better draw, before I forget how the whole pose goes. I better draw in the rest of the body. Yeah. That's a long leg. Ba, 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 how's he holding this sword? I think he should be half dropping it. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Good enough. We'll figure that out later. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think I am. If I draw it like this, it almost looks like he has socks on. But they're just indications. Okay. I can probably do something like that. Okay, looks good. Looks good. Let's do all of this guy on both pages, and that way we'll get into a groove of just that. Let's see. Okay, what would his hair look like in this pose? Hang on, I've got a reference for him somewhere. Or no, I don't. Not on this page. Nah, I don't. I don't need the reference. Who needs references? Actually, do I need references? Should I? Yeah. What am I doing? I'm being silly. I'm being silly. See, no, no. It's just a sketch. It's just a sketch. It'll be close enough for the sketch. I don't need. I don't need. I don't need it. Um. Where should the hair be going? He's falling down, but should I put the hair like that, or should I put it like that, or like that, um, or like that, or just sort of. I think the first one was the way to go, but I gotta make sure I don't cover too much like that. That's kind of interesting. Okie dokie. And then we can do that. That's pretty dynamic. Okay. Would that be going like that, or would it be going like that? I think it'd be going like this. Okay, skirt. Like that. That went pretty painlessly. And then what direction is this sword going? Because it's not dynamic enough here. If it's going like that, it'd have to be like here, I guess? Yeah, I think here will have to do. Yeah, that'll probably be alright. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. I think the hair's a bit short here. Probably make it bigger. Okay. Hold on, I do wanna make sure I do have the right kind of stuff here for that. If that goes like that, does this one go like that, or is no? That's too much of a spin. Spin. Okay, that's another one done. Next one. This one's going to be difficult, I think. The hair's blocking most of the view. Mm-hmm. His hair's way bigger than that. Okay, what about that? That should go like that, perhaps? I think those could be probably bigger. Okay. Good, the hand's still visible. Okay, what to do about the skirt here? Let's see, what about um how do I can I get away with a butt here? I don't know. No, I think it'd look bad. I think that'd be fine. Nah, nah, come on, don't be ridiculous. Do it like that. Then we can have a shape here. This can be angled in. It's gonna be like that here, I think. But then here it's gotta be speedy. Next one. Okay, how do we? Oh, what if I have the hair going up out the way like this? That works. Works to my benefit. Can be bigger than that though. Not bad. Okay, next part. That part's there. Ooh, scared me, scared me. Hello, thank you for the stream. Hello, No Shark. Are you still streaming? You must have streamed for many, many, many eons, many hours. But hello. I am Sun. I think most people here know who I am. But this is me. I'm drawing this cool comic. This cool comic. It's a comic. It's a comic of a thing. It's very comic-y, and we are drawing some very dynamic poses here. Very dynamic poses here. I hope you like them. I hope you like them. I assume you must raid and run. Of course. Do your raiding and running. But hello everybody. I think they're very fun poses. I think they're very fun poses. They're sort of a. This is actually the first part in this comic in which he's actually reached the guy that he's chasing. He's been chasing this guy for like 20 pages, and he's finally caught him. He's finally caught him. He's going to slip away though. As you can see from this, he jumps out the window at the end of it. It's a slippery guy. But we are attempting to go from. He has your hair, yes. Unfortunately, I am completely uncreative, and I cannot think of more character designs than my own. But I'm venturing to try to figure out how to put a skirt on this stick figure. This guy, he wears a bit of a skirt, and this is difficult because it blocks half the pose. Anyone noticed how most people have other people's hair? Anyone ever noticed how most people have other people's hair? Like what? I don't even know what hair No Sharko has. I'm just too distracted by the like the antenna things, the things that she uses to receive radio signals. I've no idea what her hair looks like. Let me draw No Sharko here. I'm gonna draw no before you run away. I'm gonna draw No Sharko. Okay. So she has the head things, and then she has a face. What kind of eyeballs? She's a woman, so she's got eyelashes probably. I think she has like a straight haircut, right? And then there's like this. This is how No Sharko looks like, right? I think she has short hair. And then she's wearing a maid dress. She's wearing a maid dress, I think. This is how No Sharko looks like, right? And then she's got let me. She's got boobs, probably. I think I'm not sure. Maybe she doesn't. And then she's got a dress. I have no idea what legs she has, but they're off screen at the moment. I think she's got elbow sleeves. I think. And then this is her holding tablet pen. She draws pictures, and then she's got this tail thing which has things on it. These are the antennas, and these are very very shiny. What else does she have? She probably does she have a nose? I don't know. What else? What else does No Shark? I think that's it. I think that's it. That's what No Sharko looks like. That's it. That's it. There we go. I'm gonna delete this. If you want this, you have to screenshot it. You've got 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got it. It's gone. Okay. There we go. There we go. That's the your official No Sharko fan art. What do I do about this skirt? What if I have it all bunched up here and go like that? Um um I think I've made it too long. This pose is hard to see. Okay. It looks a bit strange. I'm gonna make this black just so I can see it easier. Does that look like a skirt? It's so hard to tell. I need to draw the legs in to better see it. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba, ba. It's a boy, by the way. By the way, it's a dude. He's actually wearing a tunic. It's like a big t-shirt. But I'm using a very very complex artistic terminology here when I'm referring to it as a as a as a as a yeah. In fact, based anime AMV watcher. What's this one called? Let me have a look. This is the title of this song. In fact, I'll show you it. I'll show you the exact title of the song. Uh, the title of this song is AMV Sasuke versus Itachi, and I guess the song is called Whispers in the Dark. But about like 70% of the songs in my playlist are just downloaded from AMVs. And some of them are real crunchy, and I like the crunch. It's got to be low quality. If it's clear audio, it's no good. And sometimes you want to have like the anime character in the middle of the song will say something, some line in the, and it's part of like the AMV. It's like or something. I don't know. I'm just being Japanese, and that's very very Kino. This one is not from an AMV. This is just the what do you call it? The Madness Combat OST, which is pretty cool. But it's all too often far too intense for whatever I'm doing. It's a very sort of high intensity kind of song. But anyway, with this character I'm drawing here, for sketch purposes, it's basically a Japanese schoolgirl. Let me show you. So you've got the hair, and then he's got maybe dangly bits, and then he's got this t-shirt on, this big t-shirt which comes out like this, and then it connects in the middle here, and then there's sort of a bit of ruffling, and then he has a skirt. And then he has these let me draw the thing. And then he has the what's it called? The sandals on, but for the purpose of the sketches, rather than having to draw all the bits, because I'm going to get them wrong anyway, I just draw the top line. They look like socks. So he's got the skirt, he's got the anime skirt, he's basically got the top. Let me just sort of fill in the details here. There we go. We've got the thing, the thing. It's literally just anime girl. Mods, put him in a maid dress. Alright, let me make sure I don't delete my layer that I was drawing on. There we go. Okay, this one's... Oh, I forgot the other hand. The other hand, which is doing God knows what. Okay, it looks like he's attacking with this pose, with this sword in it, but really, he's inconveniently holding the sword. He was holding the sword when he went into the shot, and he hasn't had a chance to put the sword away, so I guess he's still holding it. But he doesn't actually need it at the moment. But I do need to remember that he has grabbed this here. Very important. He has grabbed that there. That is important. Okie dokie. Okay, I think that's that panel done. Next to this one. Now this one's going to be tricky because they're the wrong sizes. He's too big in the background here, but we'll figure it out. Also, we're looking at him from slightly below, so I've got to do a bit of I've got to channel my free run here. I've had a bit of practice in drawing faces, looking up at them by making this live 2D model here, and I will show you right now the results of my amazing skills that I can draw free run angles. Behold, I'm very good at it, as you could see. That was sarcasm, in case it was not obvious. Alright, so what should you be doing? Should we be doing the hair go there or the hair go there? I think the hair should be going a little bit like that. And like that. Tricky. I think the hair is not too prominent in this one. Okay. Alright. Okay, he's grabbing that, and then we do want to show, make it exaggerated a bit. So we do want to see the hand pulling away. And where would the thing be going? It would go right here. I think that's where the shirt would go. Okay. Where's his other hand going? Oh, it's right here. It was always right here. I don't actually like this here. I wish I could just have the other hand not exist, but it's got to go somewhere. So I guess he's got his hand around his neck like that. but it's not really intentional. It's just it's got to go somewhere, and the sword's also got to go somewhere. But it looks like he's about to cut his head off. He's not. Okay. And then that can go like that, perhaps. Okay, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. His torso really should go right here, actually. His legs are too small, so I'll make the legs bigger. I'm gonna vanish. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, do run away. I think you've been streaming for like 1 billion hours, of course. Let's see. Thanks for stopping by. These legs are too thick, I think. Your crown looks awfully edible. I've never heard that before. Is it edible? I mean, I kind of see it. It does look kind of tasty. It's good. Like, it's kind of succulent looking. I can kind of see it. I should make a note of that and have an idea to have like a very that's such a good idea or is it a good idea having variations on the laurel wreath crown, different designs, but it's kind of a core part of my design, so it might not be a good idea. It also looks like I could break a tooth, for that's what dentists are for. Indeed. Okay, what am I doing about this skirt on this page? Yeah, something like that. I think it's gotta have some upward momentum. And then go down in the middle. Yeah, that's it. Maybe. I don't know, we'll find out. And then here it's going to be basically similar, but... It's too many lines on that torso. I just made that worse. After I gotta fix these proportions. They're all wrong. They're all wrong. All right. What's first? What's wrong with this one? This leg's too short, too long rather. I think overall these aren't right. This hand needs to come outwards. And this arm needs to go like that. Dun, 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 dun. Ba-da, ba-da. Bum, 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 ba-da-da-da-da-da. Do we have any water? Do we have any water? Let's have a look. We have some. Yep. Also, hello, Crispian. Hello. The face on this is too big. Let's make that smaller. No, I've made it too small. I need to redraw it entirely. This is tough. Tough to draw. Hello, Rike. I think I've seen you before. Have I seen you before in someone else's chat? Your name looks familiar. No, apparently not. Okay, that's as good as I'm gonna get it. Oh, it's Sun. It is Sun. Hello, I am Sun. I am Sun. His body, these two ones have got to be really consistent in body type. He looks more masculine here, but weaker here. Difficult. Okay. Not sus. I see. Deep lore. This one here, this is a really sketchy one, so there's lots of work to do here. So he's going this direction. He's spinning in this direction. No. This is a weird pose. Well, regardless of where he's spinning, the skirt will have to be doing a sort of thing like this. That's what skirts tend to do, I think. But I've got to draw it well, of course. And then this will go, if it's spinning that way, it'll go like there. Then that will go like that. Then that will be like that. What about the other hand? The other hand will go like that. Okay, that went easier than I thought. There's ground control to Major Tom. Ground Tom's the ground control. What leg is this? This is his right leg, I think. And that is the inside of it, maybe, I think. Or is that the outside? I think that's the inside. And then probably how do we want that to be? Like that, perhaps? And then where's the other leg? Is it there? I think it's there. Some ballerina looking pose. I think I've got it. I think I could probably bring the skirt down a little bit. Doesn't need to be quite so high up. Past 100,000 miles, I'm feeling very still. Okay, and what way should his hair be going? Should it be going that way or that? I think it should be going this way. To Major Tom. Ba, bum, ba. Hear me, Major Tom. Yeah. Blue. This hair in the middle is difficult. I think this can be bigger. Is this the good one or is this the bad one? It's the bad one, crap. I've got another version of this, which is this song, but with the other half cut off. Because I don't like, it's one of those songs that's like a weird middle part. So I'm gonna, once that appears, I'm gonna end the song. That's pretty good. I think this could probably be more balanced, maybe. Okay. Now, what's the direction? So this will be going this way. This is going the other way. That's going that way. This is going this way. I think this. What way is this leg going? I think the leg's also going this way. I think that's how it's going. Mm. There we go here, then the song gets shit. Cool, be gone, whoosh. I hate it when songs are weird. Okay, that's all the poses for that dude. They went pretty well, all things considered. But we'll have to do the other character. Oh, hang on, I do need to add some speed lines to some of these. This needs speed lines, and this needs speed lines. Just an indication. And then this needs sort of wobbly lines. Yeah. That probably also needs... Does it? I don't think it does. Slight speed lines. Okay. Time to do the other guy. How long did that take us? That took us an hour. It's pretty good. The other guy. What does he look like? We've forgotten what he looks like. He looks like that. He's got the baggy ass pants. Okay, how do we want to do him? Okay, we'll skip that. That's a difficult pose. We'll do this one first. This one's easier. Okay. I think these legs may end up being blurred, but I'll draw them anyway. No. Come and go. Crap, he's gonna have this weird no, I can avoid actually. I can just do that. Yeah, that works. Oh, should I it would be more accurate to be like that, but no, I'm gonna do that. Just to get out of the way. What else? He's got arms. How does that go? That goes like that. His hair. What does his hair go like? At this angle. Hmm. Is that right, or do I want it to be more like that? Like, that would be more dynamic, but I don't think it matters. Just saddest experience. Wait, why is his arm like that? it's too long, right? Yeah, it's way too long. I'm confused. I'm lobotomizing myself. I'm gonna draw it and then make it smaller. How goes it? It goes. It goes. I'm drawing some good looking stuff, I think. Look what I've got so far, Digby. I've got all these cool dynamic poses. Dynamic. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. And we've drawn the first guy and we're drawing the second guy now. So we're trying to figure out these the poses. Sort of I figured out the poses before, and now it's like I'm figuring out how to do those poses, but in color, not in color, in with clothes on, and somewhat with the right proportions. And we're not coming on the sword players. Oh yeah, it's like this. Let me show you like the sword player. Some of the sword. So okay, one thing that is part of it is that part of the character of the guy is that he's clueless about swordplay. He's totally carried through the story because he has this, because he's very aggressive and the sword shoots fire. So that carries him through the plot. But wherever he doesn't have that, he's a complete idiot. And I want that that's like a liberal part. So where's a part where he uses like his starting here is like you see he tries to use the sword, you know, and it's a classic like who's the guy no, it's not Luke Skywalker. I forget what movie it's from. A guy gets a sword and then it's like, oh yes, you have lots of power, but you have no skill. But you know, so he just sort of swings it about aggressively and he misses. See, like this here, he misses the guy. He misses the guy. He misses his shot and he misses it twice. And then here, and this was sort of unintentional, but it almost kind of works. He switches hands. He's now holding it with his left hand. He's not even using his dominant hand anymore. And he's doing this because the composition was such that it looked better this way. The hand would be blocking the view if it was on the other hand. So now he's holding the sword with his left hand, and he hasn't got an opportunity to switch hands. He's just fallen through this window, and he's still holding the sword with his left hand. And so here he is swinging the sword with his left hand, and he's just holding it. And so he's you know, but I think it's part of his character. I think it's part of his character. You know, the deep lore, which if I ever get around to making like an actual proper chapter 1 of this, you'll see this deep lore where he's of the age in, you know, anime age where he would be given a sword and he would become a warrior and all that stuff. He's called Julius. His name's Julius, which is just a simple name. I don't like pompous names. I like simple names, but you know, and he would have been given a sword and trained how to use it and become a warrior and all this sort of stuff. But his father died. His father died ages ago, and this made it so he couldn't participate in the coming of age ceremony. Because you have to have a father present. It's just sort of a formality. And specifically, his father died in such a way where it's sort of like that people see him as cursed now. He's cursed, and they don't really want anything to do with him. So he's been neglected. He's been neglected by his village, and they didn't train him as in the ways of the sword. Yeah. Well, maybe some did, but he got unlucky. You know, maybe he didn't have much family to begin with, so he's out of luck. He's out of luck, and he's upset about this because he realizes that this is a load of nonsense. It's like what the hell, you know, but through the plot, he ends up getting this magic sword anyway, and he just kind of does his own thing. And he's not really cursed. It's like a superstition, you know. It's like people don't trust him, or the people in his village don't trust him. The people who knew him from a child don't trust him. But you know. But anyway, that's not important. The point is, he's got no training. He's at the age where if he had got training, he would have been totally fine. But he doesn't. And people will mock him for this and say you know, how have you never used a sword before or something like that. And so he's in an uphill battle there. At least that's what I'm hoping I can achieve with my story writing. You know, I want him to be a bit of a disgruntled kid. He's angsty. I want him to be angsty. You know, I want him to be the kind of character where he wants to, you know, he feels like he has something to prove. And I've got that. I want that as like a theme throughout all the characters I've got. I've got a bunch of characters, and they've all got a chip on their shoulder of some kind that they want to prove themselves to the world or something. You know, one of them is like he grew up in like a Spartan style culture, and he was kicked out, but he lies about this, and he says that actually he's willingly left on a journey to become a man and gain honor and bring back glory and stuff, but really he was kicked out for not being very good, and so he wants to prove himself that he is not, you know, better. The world's finest swordsman needs not fear the second finest, but he should be terrified of the man who has never held a blade. I get the, you know, maybe there is a bit of an element to that, you know, sort of someone who knows what they're doing. They don't do unpredictable things in that sort of way, where someone who doesn't know what they're doing, you don't know what they're gonna do. They could do something that's dangerous for themselves, and they don't even know it. But then there's another character. In fact, I'll show you the characters. We're the deep lore dive. Let me go find it. Where have I got my collage of characters? It's somewhere around here. Further back than I thought. Where is it? Wow, it's really further back than I thought. I haven't done. I've been so busy with the comic thing. I haven't bothered with any of the other characters. Okay, here we go. And some of these are outdated. Some things have changed, but you know, this is like a year old at this point, so it's a bit prototype-esque. But you've got a main character here, and frankly, you can already see I've learned how to draw this main character so much better. Like the tunic looks terrible. It looks like he's wearing a blob. I draw it way better now. But anyway, so you know his story. He's got a chip on his shoulder because the society has rejected him for arbitrary reasons. It could be an interesting subversion of the usual trope where the self-taught amateur gets his hand handed to him by a master. Instead, the master's the one who'd be, he's like, damn bro, you're a man, or you're going to get yourself killed. I've kind of got a bit of that going on already. I'll explain in a bit. So this guy here with the blue hair, he's the other guy I was talking about. He's the guy who grew up in this like Spartan culture, like he's a wolf. Like, you know, so he's like, you know, it's a very sort of you know, that kind of vibe. You know, very violent and fighting focused. And he's like kicked out for being a failure. He didn't fit in the culture, but he wants to fit in the culture, and so he goes on this. He's on this like journey on his own, where he wants to prove himself. There are a bit. It's art style. I've got to figure out the art style. I know you're talking about. You know, I know you're talking about that. This girl here, she's part of this like rich, like not rich, but like family that's very highly esteemed. You know, the Uchiha. She's the Uchiha, and but her family has been disgraced. They've been disgraced, and so she feels like she you know, she should be having all this respect and stuff, and no one's respecting her. So she wants to prove that she's the best, so that people will respect her. Who else? And then the others aren't too important. This is the master character. This is the sensei character, and I think, in my opinion, he's my favorite character. He's my favorite character because he's a bad mentor. I want him specifically to be a bad mentor. He's not helpful. What he is he's screwed up in the past. He was reckless in the past, and this led to disaster. And so he's gone to the other extreme where now he's too cautious. And so on the surface, he appears like he's this responsible guy who's not going to let people get into danger. But actually what he's doing is he's repressing people. He's holding people back. He's not letting people take risks. And and become their fullest self, which is particularly unhelpful for this red hair guy Julius, because he feels like he's already being held back, and so these two don't get along. But the dynamic is important because being the hero character, he will be reckless against the guy's demand. He will go against him, and he will succeed, and he will make a name for himself. To which this guy will change better. So it's almost like it's reversed. It's almost like it's reversed. The student teaches the master in that sort of sense. But it's like not as like, it's like subtle. At least I hope. If I can manage to write that, it would take a long time to write all that. I've made 26 or so pages here, and it's taken me a year. So I try not to. I try not to talk too much about the deep fan fiction lore, because I may not even get that far. I'd like to get that far, but it's entirely possible that I won't. With the tech levels though, it's like I'm struggling with, actually. It's important that the characters look cool. That's like most important. Arguably, they have to look cool. If they don't look cool, no one will care. No one will care. They have to just look as cool as possible. But ancient clothes don't look cool, especially not women's ancient clothes. They look really lame. And men's clothes consist of like a tunic, and like that's it. They had nothing else. There was, so I'm like, okay, they can't wear ancient clothes. Wherever they do wear ancient clothes, there's a law reason for it. the Minoan fashion. I almost kind of have that. Let me put it back on. I thought about that, actually. I had this character up here, and I've put a bra on her now. Or some kind of top. But she's already got this like leather jacket on. What if she didn't have the top? Like, what if I just use clever camera angles and she just never wears a top? Like, I could do that. But I don't think I could get away with it. Tits out for Harambe, of all the sentences. But so however, there are benefits. There are benefits to this not actually being genuinely ancient world and stuff. Is that gives you more freedom. I can I'm about to draw an interior shot here where they're in this person's they crash into this person, and they crash into their kitchen, and he's going to pick up a frying pan. I can have a frying pan. I don't think they had frying pans in the past. I can have a somewhat modern looking kitchen. It can be, like a bit Naruto-esque in that way. I think I want to do that. All right, let's try this pose just so we can get it out of the way. It's an upside down pose. They're always difficult. And to a certain extent, you can draw an upside down pose upside down, and then it's just like it's almost like a sitting on the toilet type pose. But you do still have to draw it actually upside down, because it only looks right upside down. There was ever nudity in Wakfu. I don't know Wakfu. And this to be clear, he's reaching forward. He's reaching forward because he let go of the necklace that he was stealing. That's what's happening there. It'll look more clear when I draw it properly. Canadian animated series. Is it Canadian? That's kind of funny. It was a cool series. Too short. It only had 2 seasons. I think it had potential. They literally had. I don't even know what this is. Oh! I see. Never mind. I'm not even. I'm out of it. I'm not. I don't know what everyone's talking about. This is an awkward pose. It really should be like that, but I don't know if I can get away with that. Imagine you were falling and... No, you would do that. I'm being dumb. You would do that. No one ever expects the French cartoon. I don't know what this pose is doing. It's got to be. It's got to be. I don't know. It's just got to be out of the way, that hand. You often get this. I've noticed this a lot when drawing comic poses. You have like one or two useful limbs that that are doing some kind of direction or some kind of action, and then you have the other limbs, and they're not important. You just need to get them out of the way. They're not they don't have any function, and so you just need to figure out where to put them. So his entire upper body here is too small for what I've just drawn. Whoa. Well, that explains a lot. Like the rough animation, I see. Okay, well that explains a lot. Like the rough animation of the bathhouse scenes they did. I see. I don't even know the cartoon. Um, that is the worst foot I've ever drawn. Look at that. That's an abomination. That's terrible. That's just dreadful. See if we can draw it properly. It's a difficult angle. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. It's still a bit weird though. That's a bit better. I think it's a bit too small. There we go. The knee is here. That's difficult. See, if you were French, you just have the demon girl with the girls out and then have been shocked to the Americans whining. Let's see. There's too many shapes here. Sun draws very detailed feet. I suppose that's one way of wording it. They've just got to be right. That's all. They've got to be accurate. But that's a difficult pose. That whole pose there is very challenging. I probably have to draw it again when I draw it properly. Especially because the face isn't in the right place. Okay, that's another one done. Next one. Drink some water. I'm out of biscuits. I didn't buy any when I went to the store. What am I doing? Okay. Now, this one's difficult because it's some interaction. That's got to go like that, and I think that's underneath. And then I can barely see. The foot's supposed to go right here, I think. But I'm not sure the angle of it. Somewhere like that. I'll have to make sure it's visible. It's gonna be difficult to convey. This one will be easier though. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Okay. Alright, what's his arm doing here? It can probably be longer. I'm going off the frame, going out of the border of the frame. And then the necklaces here. Whoopsie daisy. He's I'm gonna make it look like he's trying to reach it and not strangle him. I don't know where the other arm's going here. It doesn't really matter. It's off the panel. Okay, head, face. Oh yeah, I forgot this one. This guy has ears, unlike everyone else. Um, probably do that. Did I draw ears in the other ones? Be visible there. Maybe visible there. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Always got the thing. You can go up there like that. Not bad. Proportions look correct. This one should be easy. This is a silhouette pose. But I've got to draw it properly just for the sketch, otherwise I'll have no idea what I'm drawing. Mm. Hardly. The other cats will probably be visible through this, but barely. Alright. Looks good to me. That's one page. Woo, woo, we're winning. This guy's proving harder than the first guy. Or maybe I'm getting fatigued. Alright, this pose needs a lot of work. Because this torso is super long. Where's the other leg? Somewhere around there. I don't think it's visible. That's fine. Alright, I need to... Alright, what are we doing with this? Let's make this one here lower opacity. And just work on this. So this needs to be bigger. And closer. These should be on separate layers so I can manipulate them. And then this should be probably like that, I suppose. Can I make it wider? Still looks odd. What's it missing? The other leg. I gotta draw the other leg. Yeah, the leg has to be there. Oh, my tablet's not behaving. Come on now. To be the one that was always choose. I don't know. Sure than any time before. Motions left again. What if I did like that? No, no, it's gotta be somewhere there. How many layers is this? This is all of them. I only need that one. Font. Fine for might have to scream. That's gonna make a tangent there. Can't do that. I'm breaking the habit. I think that might be it. I could probably move this whole this area here down. Like that. There we go. That's it. That's it. That's perfect. That was a tough one. Um. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no, never mind. I got scared if I deleted my old other sketches. I was like, oh, that would have sucked. I would have had to go digging through the stream VOD to find them. But there, they were just low opacity. Hello, Billy. Hello, hello. How are you doing? We're drawing lots of very tricky poses today. Why is it? What's going on? There we go. That was weird. I'm not sure Wi-Fi's not once come to copyright. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I hope your Wi-Fi gets better. But these poses are coming to life. Looks like you've got a proper fight going on now. It does. It does. This is the first time that they've actually managed to lay hands on each other. This is like the romantic scene where they finally kiss. There's one more segment after this. After he jumps out the window, there's one more segment in which they climb up a tower, and that's where it's going to end. So the end is in sight. But it'll still take a while to get there. Oh, also, I'm just now realizing there is a bit of a tangent here with this lining up to there. When I draw that properly, I'll have to make sure I know what I'm doing. All right, what are we doing for this then? Let's lower the opacity of that. ba, ba, ba. Mm-hmm. It's convenient that he's wearing the arm bandages in this panel because it makes it easy to indicate the direction that the thing is moving. Up all on trying things that you're not buying. Trying all the things that you ain't buying. Oh yeah, I forgot he's got that whole part there. Gotta make sure I do draw that. That is how that connects. Okay. In your hair. I hate the end of this song. It goes on for too long. There we go. Committed no crime. The champions. Portions look odd. It's because I think he's overall too small. Let me turn this layer up again. Yeah, he looks way too small, so let's make him no. That's better. It'll be I'll have to move his head out of the way at some point. Okay. Next one. Now he grabs it with his right hand and he whacks it with his crap. Oh no. No, that's his left hand. Okay. Wait, where's his other hand? Oh, no, that's his other hand. Grabs it with his right hand, whacks it with his left hand. No, it's not right. Um, Bugger. He's got it. It's the inconsistent. Right hand. What if? Can I twist the whole torso and make it so that is actually the right hand, and then have it like that, with the right hand being like that? It's kind of weird. And have it be like that, and could I do that? I can't even visualize it. It's so stupid. I think I'm gonna just ignore it, and no one will notice. Missing is a missing finger. One, two. There we go. That's better. Okay, so that's going like that. Then it goes down here. So what way would that be going? That'd be going like that. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. He's still too small, which is actually convenient for me, I think, because he's not hitting high enough anyway. So it's convenient. Nice. One more. I can leave the. He fights like a housewife. He fights like a housewife. I'm not familiar with the expression, but I'm glad. I'm glad. I assume you mean the thief fights like a housewife. I assume he's got the. I mean, I guess he's got the frying pan. The frying pan. It's so slapstick. I love it. The frying pan attack. Also, I didn't draw that. That's he's trying to take the necklace off him here. So it'll be clear once I draw it properly. But what happens here? Oh, I haven't drawn this necklace here. One moment. So what happens is he's been keeping hold of this necklace the whole time, and he's using it as this to go down the zip line, and he gets here, and then as they fall into it, he loses his grip on it. He loses his grip on it, and but then he jumps. He jumps to dodge the attack, and it conveniently lands on his neck. It's like unintentional. He's just lucky. You know, it's a bit of an idiot savant going on there, and then and so now he's trying to get the necklace, and he reaches out to try to grab the necklace off of him, and then they crash through the window. I'll draw a window here, and he's got a hold of it here. He's grabbed hold of it here, but it's on his neck. It's on his neck now, and so he's trying to get it off, and he's like unintentionally like strangling him with it, and he like reaches for the frying pan and he whacks him. Where is the necklace in this pose here? I can't see it. It's somewhere around here. I think it's sorry, right here, like that. And thanks to its use in slapstick, I cannot imagine a clong sound effect from the frying pan. It's got to have like a proper flonk sound, or like it's like a frying pan sound. It has to have a metallic sound, like you know, like a classic frying pan sound. But here we go. We got the last one. Espíritus. And half of this will be blocked, so it won't actually be visible. It'll be obscured by a shattering window. I think this whole head will be obscured. Okay, I'll make it bigger anyway, though. I think he might be too big in this panel, actually. That's rare. Yeah, I think he's too big in this one. Which is also convenient because he's taking up too much space. I think he might be just too long in all dimensions. There we go. Oh, I didn't add any speed lines to him. And then we quickly do that. So he's going to have a lot, and there's going to be I don't know what you call this, sort of roly-poly motion. I already got the speed lines on him, and then I want to add some wax like that. Okay. Well, we haven't got any panels on when it's like this. But look at that! We drew all this. We got these poses figured out. They look pretty good. I think the proportions are kind of okay. He's a bit big in that panel. I might have to shrink him in that one. Oh, they're still separate at this point. I can do that. He's a bit big in that one. Let's see. Size is good there. I think he's a bit small in that one. He's a bit big in this one. It's fine there. He's a bit long in this one. That's going to be a more tricky fix. Maybe we'll just make his limbs chunkier. That'll have the same effect. Head. It's not big enough. And the head is kind of too small in this now. Okay, looking better. That's it. That's more proportionate. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that, and I'm now exhausted, so I'm going to give up and go do something else for my day. Good progress. Hello, Slushy. You arrived at the end. You arrived at the end. There you go. What I need to do next is I need to design what the room looks like, and I've got an idea. So there's this porch that they've gone into, or not like balcony area. They've gone into this balcony area, and this is a small area, and this fight here occurs here, and then he pushes him up against the window as we get deafened by Avenged Sevenfold. He pushes him up against the window, which then smashes, so they go inside the house, and then inside the house there is a window where they crash through, but then close by there is another window which goes back outside, so they just sort of pass through the house, and the frying pan was in the house, so it must be a kitchen of some sort. Be able to chat next time. Can you stream some odd? Yes, yes. Well, I've ruined my sleep schedule. So I'm kind of thinking of taking the week off just to fix my sleep schedule. Because already the 2 p.m. stream this Monday didn't happen. Oh, I did, but it failed because I was too tired, so I gave up and went back to bed. But there's so much, like, this is so much fun. This has been, there's so much slapstick. You've got people that's stumbling over, and they're jumping off buildings, and he runs through this festival, but because he's dressed the same, he's also wearing a tunic. It's like the festival goers, they think he's part of the festival, so they like put a wreath on his head, and he gets stunned by it, and he rips it off, and there's this guy. They walk past this guy, and he's painting a sign. He's painting a sign. He's selling alcohol, and he's painting the new prices on. And then he gets whacked. He gets whacked by the guy, and it makes it look like he's put the prices lower than they actually are. And then people think it's cheap, and then he gets mobbed by him. And I think it's so much fun. And then he goes on a chariot race. They go in a chariot race, and he's lit a fire under his horse. It's like a joke, you light a fire under your ass or something, but it's a horse. He catches up, and then they go on a zip line. It's a washing line, but it's a zip line. It's so much fun. And now they go here, and he whacks him with a frying pan. It's such Looney Tunes. I'm very happy that I've managed to actually get this far. I hope once it's finished, I'll put it into a thing and show to people. And I hope that one trouble that happens with making this sort of thing is it takes me so long to make it, but it's only 20 something pages, so you're going to read it in 2 minutes. And the difficulty that happens is, because it's taken me so long to read it, it feels longer to me than it actually is. And so there's a tendency to sort of speed up the pacing, because it's you want to actually get somewhere with it. But then what happens is, when you go to read it, or someone goes to read it, it's too fast. So you've really got to go at the right pacing, and I hope I've got the right pacing here. But it's basically impossible for me to tell, because I've spent 100 hours looking at this thing. Well, I don't know how long this has been, but no, it's not 100 hours. I don't think it's that much, but it's a lot of hours. I spent a lot of hours looking at this thing because I've had to make it, that I can no longer judge it properly. So I've got to finish it and then show some other people and see if they get it. There's a few areas that are confusing. There was one area that was I think didn't quite pan out right. This one here. I don't think the joke carries out. It's not clear that that these were prices, and that the paint splatter makes a 2 and a 1 and a 1. So it's it's reducing price. I don't think that's communicated at all well. Oh well. But anyway, I'm that's that. We've got lots of viewers. I think they're mostly AFK, but we'll take advantage of them anyway and see if there's anyone to send them to. No, we raided those people last time. I can't raid 2 people at once. Let's have a gander. It's a shame that there's basically no. I don't want to say not that there's no comic artists on Twitch, but there's not really any good ones who are also English. They're all either like they're Japanese or they're Korean or they're French, and if they're English, they're never any good. No, there's no one here. There's no one here. It's over. It's over. Okie dokie then. Okie dokie then. We'll just end. Rip for anyone who likes raiding. It's not happening. Thanks for watching. That was a pretty productive stream. I was worried because I've been tired this whole week. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to make these sketches and I'd have to find something else to do, comic related. But no, actually, I did exactly what I would, and they're pretty good sketches. I've lost my slippers. I don't know where they've gone. They've just vanished. But